have a really good friend whose son is a recovering alcoholic addict, and he's been sober for some time now. However, since the pandemic, it seems that he has become addicted to gaming. He has not picked up and drank and used, but he is gaming like a fiend. And you can see how it affects him, his sleep, his schedule, his eating, his moods. This is a very big problem going on right now with this pandemic in this world we live in. The gaming industry has gone up. I don't know if you're into stocks in the stock market, but if you were investing in the gaming companies before, you saw very little movement there. And then when the pandemic hit, it's up like 89%. So this is a real thing. And unless you understand what alcoholism is, you're not going to understand how it can switch around on you. So, you know, the woman who told me about her son was very upset. You know, I need to talk to him. But he's a grown man with some kids in the house. He's got them gaming with him. It's weird. With the whole thing, it started out like normal. And now it's like, you know, this is not good. This is not good. So she said, you know, what do I do? I said, just like any other addiction. If you love someone, if you have someone in your life, a grown adult who is an addict alcoholic, unless they think there's a problem, you know, they're not going to stop. So his consequences have to get worse. He's going to have to miss enough work that, you know, he loses his job, or the kid's teachers say something. Someone's going to say something. It can't go on like this at the rate it's going, because it's affecting his work. You know, he's up all night. It's crazy. So the consequences will come. But what do you do when you're the person who loves them? What do you do? You can't say anything? You can't, I want to tell you, put the games down. You know, this is killing you and it's hurting your children now. But what are you going to do? You say something like that and they'll quit letting you see the grandkids. So what do you do? First thing you got to do is you got to get back in your own hula hoop. I haven't used that term for a while. It's a good time to use it. Get in your hula hoop and stay there. Get out of his hula hoop. Right? He's got a household. He's got a family. He's got his own consequences. You need to focus on yourself, especially right now. I think if there's anything we've learned in the last year, it's how important self-care is, right? So what you can do is you can take care of yourself. Al-Anon. Check out some Al-Anon meetings. There are tons of Al-Anon meetings online now. You can go to Al-Anon meetings in your car. Right now, I could be on an Al-Anon meeting, right? Instead of talking to you. So get to Al-Anon. What that's going to do is going to help you remember to stay in your hula hoop. It's going to get you out of their space and back into yours. It's going to define the boundaries. If you're living with an alcoholic husband or wife, you know, that shit becomes blurred. It gets crazy. Or if they're young kids. But quite honestly, the only power you have is the power to take care of yourself, right? You can be an example for others. You can decide what you're going to tolerate and what you're not going to tolerate, right? Those kind of things are very healthy behaviors, and they can be learned for free in Al-Anon or Nar-Anon. I highly suggest that. If you're at home right now and you're having a terrible time with the pandemic and you don't have an alcoholic or addict in your house, and yet you're being triggered by trauma and just depression, anxiety, look at the fact that perhaps you're an adult child of an alcoholic. I talked to a couple people this week who were ACOA, adult children of alcoholics. And because of the pandemic and the level of fear and insecurity, right, the safety issue has really triggered that stuff in them. And they don't know what's going on. Again, go to Al-Anon. Free. therapy, right there. It's a consistent way of living that you're looking for, a discipline of sorts. Seeing a therapist, a family therapist, a psychiatrist is fantastic. Once a week, once every 2 weeks, I don't know what you're doing, but to have a daily routine within 24 hours of time, right? I talk about that a lot for alcoholics and addicts. I have come up with a plan for codependence. The same idea. Let's live in 24 hours a day. Let's start off with a prayer, asking for help in the day. God, how did I do today, right? How'd this go? Get to some meetings, have some structure around this so you're supported. Because the more you're supported and you focus on the solution for yourself, the less you will be looking at the problem, aka your son, your wife, your husband, your kids, right? So if you focus on the problem gets bigger. If you focus on the solution gets bigger. What happens when you take care of yourself, when you are in relationship with an alcoholic addict, is many things. But first thing it does is it shortens the life of their addiction, because you're not enabling them anymore. You're not dancing with them anymore. You got to stop dancing with them so they can figure out that they're screwed and they need to do something different, right? So get out of the way. Best way to get out of someone's way, get in your own way. Get in your hula hoop, go to some meetings, get some help, right? Go to my website, listen to everything free on there, blogs and vlogs on codependency and enabling. This will change your relationships, not only with the person in your life that is alcoholic addict, but everybody in your life, your friends, your family. It will just be so much healthier at work. If you're a business owner, these are tools that they should have taught us in school. They should have. Now, if you are an ACOA person, go to Al-Anon. Google ACOA. Get to some adult children of alcoholics, because those issues will come up right now. If you have any issue, it's going to come up right now, because we're in a worldwide pandemic. And I know we're on the backside. Vaccines are coming. The effects are going to be long term here. We are going to see mental health effects for several years after this is done. If they say, hey, vaccination everybody, it's over, it's like smallpox, we got it, it's done, take off your mask and go back to, first thing, I don't think that'll ever happen. I don't think we'll ever live on that plane again, where we just run up and hug people and tap strangers on the back. I don't know about that, but, I hope so. But the mental health aspect of this whole thing is just started, right? Regarding alcoholism, addiction, gaming, gambling. I mean, there's just so many ways people have tried to fix this fear and resentment and anger, all this stuff that's going on in our lives in this last year, right? Without turning towards some kind of spiritual answer, it's made us sick. So I just want to put it out there that there is help available for you, not for the other person, right? That's a different story. That's a different video. I'm talking to you. Get in your hula hoop. Let's look at your day. If you need help, contact me. You can go on my website. There's a place to click one-on-one time with me, and there's a free consultation on there. We can book time together, and I can look at your schedule right now, and I can help you make some adjustments to your schedule, to your living. You need to change your design for living, okay? Let's focus on the solution and not the problem, okay? Hope. Hope, hope, hope. Everything's going to be okay. Get in your hula hoop.